What's going on, everyone? It is Paul, the 920 trader with 920 Trading and Trading Decoded. Today is Thursday, August 22nd, 2024. And this is how we traded SPY today. But before we get going on that, folks, if you like our videos, please go ahead and give us a like and a subscribe. Don't forget to turn on your notifications. That way you can be notified when we drop new content, which is just about every day. Sometimes on the weekends. Also, don't forget to leave us a comment. I respond personally to every single comment. So please, we appreciate the comments. And don't forget to share with your friends, neighbors, and trading community. All right, so folks, let's talk about the chart today. Now, if you will notice down here, the time right now, 15:33. We are 33 minutes into the power hour. So trading is still going on. So if I look over that way, it's because I'm looking at the chart. So I'm looking at the chart because we're live trading right now with the group, folks. So with our live trading group, Trading Decoded in the 920 room, we are live trading, talking about every single one of these setups. And my goodness, have there been some setups today? So again, let's talk about the chart. Pre-market high, 562.55. Pre-market low, 560.97. So right out of the gate, I'm thinking, okay, there's $1.50, right around $1.50 in pre-market movement, folks. That is plenty. $1.50 is plenty. Now, I've also got this 15 minutes pre-market quad bottom right in here at 561.89. Every other line on here is a 30-minute zone, folks. So, and it's the same thing every day. Now, we have a couple of zones up top. So we've got a zone at 564.85, and then we got the all-time high at 565.15. So the question is, was there enough good news in the market yesterday to push us up to hit that nice little supply zone up top, or even that all-time high? I don't know. Maybe there is, maybe there's not. I have no earthly idea. Well, actually, I do. I know how it's played out today, but for the purposes of this video, we're just going to go through this as though we don't know what's going on. But again, folks, pre-market high, pre-market low, 15-minute. And then we also have some 30-minute zones down below, folks. Whoops, maybe. Haha, you guys already saw that. So yeah, you saw the POC sitting way down there, folks. So you know that a lot of stuff happened back to the downside today. So here we go, folks. Here we are. Here's right out of the gate, folks. You're thinking, oh, it's going to move up. It's going to move up. We got through that pre-market high. And yeah, but it didn't. It really didn't make, it kind of pushed, bounced around. It seems like we had a golden cross and a death cross and a golden cross and a death cross, just one after another, right after open this morning. Now, this first move to the downside was a decent little move back to the downside. So we had a cross, we had a double cross here, then we got below the POC. I was waiting to get below pre-market high before we actually before I ever did anything. So I took this for about a 6 or 7 minute play back to the downside, 561.89. Nice little play to start the day, folks. But this is where it really starts to get interesting. So back, I didn't play anything to the upside. I was looking for this back to the downside. Now, I want to talk to the group because I know the group is still counting on me to tell everybody what's going on during the trading day. So we're breaching this level of the downside, folks. So watch this 55.52, and again, that's a double bottom on the 30 that we're looking at right over here on this chart, folks. So watch these levels down here. Now, guys, if we breach 27 to the downside, it gets thin volume again. But back to the chart. There we go, folks. Next move back to the downside. I played this very, very conservatively. So we got this cross to the downside on this red candle. And then we closed. We had this almost gave me a little bit of room for pause. This big, we're going to call it a tail on the bottom of this stick. So we have wicks on top, tails on the bottom. But we did breach, so we got a cross to the downside. We breached and closed below this 15-minute zone. But anyway, it was a conservative play. So again, cross to the downside, red candle. First candle that closes after that signaled to get me into puts back to the downside. It started printing immediately, folks. I mean, it was really, really nice. It pushed through pre-market low, and I gave it a couple of minutes to see if we could push down to that 560.07. It didn't, so I closed it out before it had an opportunity to keep on pushing up just a little bit. Now, crosses to the upside. Was not really interested in playing anything to the upside unless we could make some big moves. Next play back to the downside, folks. looks like it's right in here, 1043. So we're about a couple hours into the day, or a little over an hour into the day. Double cross to the downside through this pre-market low again, was trying to take out that 560.07. We closed inside the 9, so that signaled, you know what, maybe this play is over. We failed to get down to that 560.07. Decent play, nothing huge. Adding these things up, we're really stacking up these wins. Had a nice little base hit here. A nice, I'd call this a double, maybe even a triple in through this this play right here. And then this double cross, and we're still taking out levels. Now, next play to the downside. Right in here, folks, I missed this double cross. I was eating at this time, so right in here, folks, missed this. But you know, I said, well, let's see. Okay, so at this level right here, let's look at, actually I had one of my buddies call me. And he said, what level are we looking at? Because I was eating in here. And I said, I'm looking for 558.89 because I'm going to show you that level, folks. So 558.89 is right in here. This was a 30-minute zone, but it's also a 4-hour zone. So remember, folks, the higher the time frame, the stronger the level. And that's always going to be the case, folks. So again, you got 30-minute there. You got a 4-hour zone, again, right in here at this 89 level. So that's what we were looking at. So that was his target back to the downside. Now, you can see right here, you can see this little crazy face, and that's the face of a loss on the trade. And the question is, well, it's a downtrending day. Why did you take a play right there? Well, because it's a strong demand zone. Again, we showed that on the 30-minute. It's also there on the 4-hour. The higher the time frame, the stronger the level. I kind of thought we'd get down here and then push up, maybe make a V-shaped recovery. Obviously, it did not happen. We recaptured the 9 back to the downside. It was going good for a couple minutes. I thought we were going to be able to push or breach this 20 to the upside. And again, the only reason I took this trade, because, again, folks, it was a strong demand zone play that I thought we could make a push. You know what? I was wrong. I'm okay saying I was wrong, folks. That's fine. So closed out the trade in here. Little loss, again, not a big deal. But folks, watch this. I mean, this thing just banged and it banged and it banged. And this is where we ran up. We had this 557.13, another strong 557.13. Let's see it, another really strong demand zone. Let me show you this on the 30-minute, 557.13 right in here. We established this demand zone just 3 days ago, folks. So on Monday, we established this zone at 557.13. And it just started running. I mean, it was a really nice play back to the upside. But I didn't take this one. I should have, but I didn't. I thought this one up here at 13 was stronger. But anyway, just it ran up, and it ran up really nicely. Now, it ran up to this 560.07. Remember that 560.07? That's where we were trying to get to earlier. Okay, folks, I'm going to get back to my group here real quick, and they're right over here. We are looking at a potential another move back to the downside, folks. We got about 20 minutes left in the trading day, and that means we got about 10 minutes until we get to that 350 candle. If you guys are playing this late in the day, I'm going to show you that 30-minute again real quick right over here, folks. So I think ultimately what I'd like to see is about 554.37 down here. Okay, so 554.37. If it moves, it's potential to make a pretty decent quick move down to that 37. So about 80 cents down here. And I've got a line on the chart at that level, folks. So 554.37. So anyway, it pushed up over here, folks. It pushed up over here. Rejected off of this 560.07 a couple of different times. And I told the group, I said, okay, we got a double cross to the downside. It's an otherwise downtrending market. We failed to get into this demand zone right here. So you know what? I'm taking this thing back to the downside, double cross to the downside, and look at this thing. This was probably one of my better executed trades I've had over the last couple of weeks, folks. I feel really good. Again, rejected off this 560.07, double cross to the downside. I'm going to show you this here real quick. I'm going to turn off the 20. See how clean this move is. This is the cleanest move of the day right in here, folks. I mean, it was a super clean move. You can trade the 9 all alone if you want to trade the 9. I trade the 920 because I'm a crossover guy. Anyway, this is the level that I was looking for. Once we started busting these levels, folks, started pushing down. Now, on this particular play, I kind of thought we'd be able to bust through these levels, even though we pushed up a little bit higher over here to this 560.07. But again, we followed that 9 all the way down. This was my target. My target was this 557.13. And I figured maybe we'd be able to push down a little bit lower past that zone. But ultimately it kind of bounced around for a few minutes, and I said, you know what, I'm taking myself out of this trade right in here, because again, it was a really, really, I mean, it's $2.50 move, from the top. So a very, very, very nice move. And again, folks, I'm looking at the chart right now for my group, folks. Little old lady who lives in a shoe right over here, folks. That's the setup that I'm looking at right here. We've been here. We've kicked down this door, tried to kick it down multiple times. But anyway, folks, here's how the rest of the day played out. We had, at this point, a few hours left in the trading day, another big play to the downside. Talking to one of the group members, and I said, okay, the POC was right in here. So the POC was right in here. I said, folks, if we get through this or maybe it was right in here, wherever it was, folks. I said, if we get through that POC back to the downside, and it must have been right there at that 50. So 557.50. I said, if we breach that to the downside, and I know that's where it was for a fact, 557.50 to the downside, potentially we could go. And for those that opened the trade right there, again, we got a confirmed cross to the downside, red candle, and then all of a sudden we had a dollar candle, $1.20 candle. Boom, right down again to this 30-minute zone. This is a 30-minute zone. Again, folks, I don't like to have too many levels, too many lines on the screen, but I did today, only because these are big time demand zones down here. At this point, for me at least, it had been a really, really strong day. Didn't take anything the rest of the day. Now we got 350 coming up here in about 6 minutes. You can see it right in here, folks. Anyway, other really, really nice setups, folks. Back to the upside, just kind of bounced around. Breaching the POC, double crosses all over the place, confirmed crosses, folks. Now, if I get rid of all my lines and have nothing but the 920, you can see just how clean it is on nothing but the 920, folks. You don't need to have all your lines on there unless you want specific targets throughout the day or realize where your demand zones are low and your supply zones are up top. This play back to the downside, another play right in here, folks, 1517. Double cross to the downside in an otherwise downtrending market, or even at that. So you get a cross to the downside, then you get that first red candle, and it just goes and it goes. And I'm watching this thing now, folks. Watching this thing now. This is live. This is real time. Just watching this level, see if we can breach it to the downside. Again, if we can make some movement down here. But again, folks, 1517, double cross to the downside. What's your stop? Well, let's check it out. What's your stop? Well, you're going to have to use the ignition candle because we're kind of diddling in the middle. By this point, I'm not sure where the POC was. We got it about 556.68 right now, and I can't be certain that at 1517 it was at that level. Maybe it was. I don't know. But if we did breach that to the downside on a double cross, that's your green light to put yourself into the trade. Again, 1517 right in here. And it ran down, so it's 56.63 to, yeah, there's an over $1 move. There was one level right here, so 556.66 right in here, folks. So it's essentially right where the POC is. There was a big shelf. There was a big volume shelf here, and I said, folks, we have to breach 66, so 56.66 to the downside, and it did, and it just dropped because we got into this thin volume. Now, one of the biggest benefits of doing this video right now is to be able to show volume profile as we see it live during the trading day. So we're on the 1 minute right here. So the volume that you see for the trading day, this is the volume that has been traded today. Now, if I go to the 5 minute, over here, folks, this is the volume that has been traded during yesterday and today. So I like to have that point of reference. So yesterday, most of the volume was traded up top, 560.72. Today, most of the volume is traded right down here at 556.67. Again, that's where most of the volume has been traded. Now, if we go to the 30 minute, you notice that the POC is way down here because it takes more time frames into account. This is why I can say, okay, folks, if we hit this specific level, I expect a quick play or a quick move. And again, this is generally speaking, because I can see where the thin volume is. And when we get into those thin volume areas, price tends to move much more quickly because there are fewer positions being defended. But again, folks, we got about 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes until we get to that 350 candle. Don't know what's going to happen today. Have no earthly idea how this thing's going to play out the rest of the day, folks. And again, work that double cross to the upside in no man's land. We are diddling in the middle right here based on the chart, previous day's chart. But if you look at this from today, we should have another line at 555.54. So I'm going to put another line right there, folks. 555.54. It's a double bottom on the 30. There it is right there. So that is our support. That's our support. So if you're taking calls, folks, that is your stop, 555.54. And again, double cross to the upside. Obviously, we have to work through this 556.20. But again, if you are taking calls at this level, and only because we established this double bottom on the 30-minute, that's the only reason why I would put this level in here. Again, folks, that's how we did it today. We're getting ready to come up to that 350 candle. Maybe it'll do something today. Maybe it won't. I have no earthly idea, but I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to stick around for another couple minutes and see if anything materializes during the last couple of minutes of the day. And I say this to the group regularly, but I'm going to tell the folks out in YouTube land. If your edge presents itself late in the day, 350, 355. If your edge presents itself late in the day, put on the trade. If your edge does not present itself, do not put on the trade. So here's the why behind that. If you take a position that is outside of your trading rules, you are setting yourself up for, well, number one, if it's a winning trade, you're going to do it again. But if it's losing trade, you're going to get smashed in the head. And we don't want to do that. Again, we're looking for 556.20 up here, folks. Let's see if we can go get 20. Again, we had that double cross off that support. Let's see if we can take this thing back up. Again, don't break your rules just because of, you got a green 350 candle or a red 350 candle. Make sure that your edge presents itself. And I say this regularly. If your edge presents itself, you are compelled to put on the trade. Now, you never have to. If you're done trading and you just, it's running up, folks. Look at this. Look at this. I mean, it's a nice little runner right now, folks. This is really nice. We're looking for POC. If this thing really gets to booking, it could make a really nice move back to the upside. Let's check that 30-minute and see what it looks like. It slows down at about 557.15, folks. If we can get through this area right over here, 557.15. We got some thin volume until we get to that level. But anyway, folks, we are just a few seconds away, so we're going to watch, see what happens on 350. We're starting to get that green signal, There's 350. Let's see what she does. Again, we're getting that fresh cross to the upside directly above a level, folks. Directly above a level. Let's see what she does. Let's see if she can push through this POC. Again, wait for your closes, folks. Wait for your closes. If you're taking an intra-candle position, you are just looking to get smashed in the gizzard. 350, it is market on close, folks. It is market on close. It's the mock orders at the end of the day. So my edge did not present itself because, again, we are about 40 seconds into this thing. It still may, but it's obviously indecision. Now it's working a double cross to the downside, folks. Thought we were going to get something to the upside, but we're not as of yet. Double cross to the downside on this one stick, though, folks. Watch this level right here, 555.54, 555.54. I can tell you this right now, folks. I'm taking a hands-off approach to this thing only because, I mean, there's 551 right there. We got a red candle. I don't think this thing knows where it wants to go. I could be wrong. I have no earthly idea. Maybe it'll take off. Maybe it won't. But anyway, that's how she played out today, folks. So again, if you like our videos, please go ahead and give us a like and a subscribe. Don't forget to turn on your notifications. That way you can be notified when we drop new content, which is just about every day. Yesterday we didn't. Sometimes on the weekend also, folks. So again, double cross. Watch this level right in here, folks. 555.54. Also, leave us a comment. We appreciate the comments. Share with your trading community. Watch this play to the downside, folks. I thought we're going to get to the upsides. Potential to the downside here. Tight stops, whatever you do late day scalps, unless you can get a couple of really, really nice candles, folks. And again, don't forget to share with your trading community, friends, neighbors, and everybody else, folks. Oh, here she goes. Here she goes. Here she goes. Now, if you're interested in live daily trading, because this is where the rubber meets the road, this is what we do every single day, folks. We talk about these setups. We talk about every single one of these setups all day long, every day, folks, from 9 o'clock Eastern time until the closing bell. We talk about these trades all day long. So if you're interested in that, where we can help you be a better trader, head on over to Trading Decoded. That's the name of our live trading Discord. The link for that's right down below. So Trading Decoded. We'll do our best to make you a better trader. We help people every single day. Now, if you're interested in the 920 crossover strategy, head on over to 920trading.com. All of the information is there for you to see. All right, so everything about the 920 is there. Now, there are some nuances that you'll have to figure out over time. But again, everything is there at 920trading.com. You don't have to spend thousands of dollars on some super secret strategy that is neither super nor secret. You just don't have to do that, folks. Anyway, that's how she played out today. Overall, it was a wonderful, wonderful day in the market. Again, watch this thing back to the downside, folks. We got that, trying to get a fresh cross. We got about 7 minutes to go, folks. Anything can happen. Yeah, we're below that level. I mean, took out that 54. There she goes. Look at this thing go now. Yep. Once we got below that 54, again, that's that 30-minute double bottom. If we can clear these 1-minute candles right here at 25, she's got room to go. And I'm looking for 554.37. There's a big high volume node at that level, folks. So 554.37. And I know the people in the group that are in this trade right now, they're going go, 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 and PYGB. So PYGB. But anyway, folks, that's how we did it today. Again, wonderful day. Great day in the market today. I hope everybody had a great day today, but above all else, I hope everybody followed their trading plan today. The beauty is in the trading plan, folks. So we're going to do it again tomorrow, but again, I hope everybody has a great rest of the day. And we will see you guys in the markets.